If you think about it, life is so simple. It is simply eating, sleeping, and pooping. It's survival, and we've overcomplicated it. Forget about a healthy body. We need a healthy mind to have a healthy body. And overcomplicating the most simplest of things creates brain fog. Okay? Like, we create brain fog because of our curiosities, because we want to challenge everything. Have you ever heard of don't fix it unless it's broken? Don't fix something that's not broken? Yeah, that's what we try to do. We try to fix life, but it was never broken. Life is just life. Life is going to carry on with or without you, right? But it's all about the mindset. Like, how clean is your thinking? When you wake up every day, when you wake up every day, do you think clear? Like, so clean. Everything makes sense. Everything is so simple. You just know what to do. You know where to get it. You know how to do it. It's simple. You're not overcomplicating it. Personally, I overcomplicate things. I do. When I think of, for example, protein intake, for getting gains in the gym, that alone, that alone is overcomplicated. Not just with me, but with a lot of people, because we want to be better. We want to feel like, the best version of ourselves. So we feel like we need the best of the best, right? We need the best protein. We need the best recipes, the best flavors, the best ingredients, like the best. When it could be so simple. The best ingredients come from the ground. The best ingredients have dirt on them. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? We overcomplicate the most easiest, simplest things in our lives. Even a career, right? When we're kids, we think about, oh, I want to be this when I grow up. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a scientist, overcomplicating already as a kid, overcomplicating life when it's so simple. It's so simple. And you know who said this quote? How difficult it is to be simple? Vincent van Gogh, an artist, someone who challenges the concept of perfection. Perfection doesn't come from complicating everything. It comes from understanding the most simplest of foundations. Like, the most simplest of foundation is life, survival. And I feel like if we embraced it more, if we embraced the simplest desires, the simplest everything that is so simple about being a human, which is just waking up in the morning, thinking clearly, thinking about what you want to do next, not what you want to do for the whole day. Because guess what? That's overcomplicating. I mean, no. If you have a whole schedule for the whole day, but you're not doing it, it's just in your head, you are giving yourself brain fog. There are more chances that you're not going to get everything done in your day just because you're overcomplicating yourself from the moment you wake up. The biggest, okay, I don't want to say it's a flex, because saying anything is a flex is pretty, it's objective, right? But I think waking up with a clear mind is the best way to live. Who wakes up with a clear mind? Who wakes up with an intention so simple, a simple intention for not even the day, but for the first thing you do? I personally don't think we should be thinking ahead of ourselves. We think ahead of ourselves so much. Like, I just think of the billionaires, people with power, people with money. They think ahead of themselves, overcomplicating life. Think about how much power someone can really have with money. You can simplify your life. You can choose to simplify your life, but you can't. You simply cannot simplify your life when you have overcomplicated it so much. Billionaires are so attached to everything. right? You have to get to the billionaire position somehow, right? And it's not simple. It's not simple. Being a farmer is a simple job. I'm not saying it's simple as in like challenging and easy. No, I'm saying simple as in it makes sense. It's pretty linear. You grow crops, you have cattle, you maintain it, you sell your crops and cattle. Like, it's a linear job. Whereas being this money tycoon, being a billionaire is so complicated. It's so, you don't even know how you're getting there. But once you're there, you've overcomplicated every aspect. You're not healthy. You're not. You can look healthy, but when you wake up in the morning, you're like, you have to meditate. You have to put in the hard work and effort to clean your mind. I said in a video, health is wealth. It really is. Like, forget about being a billionaire, forget about having the house, the car, everything that you want that is material. If you're not waking up with a clean, clear conscious and mind and thinking, what is it worth? What is it worth? It was worth that. Think about it. It's worth your healthy mind. And that's even more, it's harder to have a healthy mind in 2025 than to have a healthy body. And we're humans, right? I mean, we are animals, but we have cognitive brains. We have frontal lobes. We have a hippocampus. We have things in our brains that allow us to have visions, thoughts. We can actually get jobs done, do things we want to do. But if we're waking up with an unhealthy mind, we are just setting ourselves back, overcomplicating everything. And it's so simple to be difficult. It's so simple to wake up and have excuses, justify things, to wake up and tell yourself, "Oh, I don't want to go get dressed or something. I don't want to go to the gym. Like, I don't want to do this." Like, just overcomplicating. Overcomplicating comes from repetitive challenging of the mind. Like, you think you can do better than what you really want. You can't. You will sell yourself short. You will sell your mind short. And I think the billionaires are a really good example of this because you don't know what you have until it's gone, right? And I think that a lot of us have always wanted to be rich, have money. We look up to these very established and wealthy people. How are they living? I think about how they live, and it can't be simple. It cannot be. And I'm not even trying to project here. I'm not even trying to judge. It's like, if it's there, I'm going to take it for how it is. Like, I like to learn from other people. I don't want to learn from my own mistakes. Like, I make my own mistakes on my own, but I don't need to be a billionaire to figure this out. You know what I mean? I don't need to lose it all to figure it out. And I think that being simple is the best way to clean your mind, to clean your thinking. Stop thinking too over, like, you're overly analyzing yourself. Like, you're too much. And I just think that being simple is the way to go. I want to live a more simple life. I don't want to overcomplicate my life anymore. I don't want to feel like I'm waking up with brain fog. It's so easy to be difficult, but it's simple. Wait, yes, it's so simple to be difficult, but it's difficult to be simple. Hence the whiteboard. But that's all I really wanted to say today. I wanted to give some inspiration, give some motivation, because you don't need to wake up with a full spectrum of what you got to do every day. You don't. I think that is the most unhealthy way to think. Like, yes, you can have a schedule, you can have a routine, but you should be thinking about what you're doing in that very moment, every time. Like right now, I could easily be thinking about, oh, what am I going to do at the gym? Oh my gosh, what am I going to eat for lunch? What am I going to do? I'm taking it away from this. I'm taking the simple thought of talking and recording on this video and putting it into a complicated, like, we create brain fog. Like, we create, humans are the perfect recipe for brain fog. Like, we do it to ourselves. We used to live such simple lives. Oh my gosh, this is the last thing I'm going to say. But even being a woman, I love self-care. I love moisturizing. I love, putting things on my face. Even that is overcomplicated. Okay? Like I look at the history of women in such like old times, like biblical times, and they use simple ingredients. Simple 1 to 2 ingredient things, recipes that benefited their beauty and were so easy to access, was so easy, probably cheap too. Like, we've overcomplicated everything, and we're just we're giving all of our money away, giving all of our energy, our thoughts, like it's all given away for a very complicated outcome when it could be so simple with a simple outcome. Like, for example, moisturizing, right? For me, I use like Neutrogena and all these like brands for skincare and self-care. It's overcomplicated. It's overcomplicated. I can literally put just oil on my face, like a pure oil or a pure ingredient of shea butter on my face, on my skin, and it would give the same, if not better results. You know what I mean? Brushing your teeth, right? We use Colgate, we use Sensodyne, whatever toothpaste brand we use, when we could use baking soda. There's baking soda in every single toothpaste. We can use baking soda and water as toothpaste, and we overcomplicated it, giving more money, giving more energy, just overcomplicating that simple thought of brushing our teeth, the simple thought of self-care. And yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to say today. I hope that this inspired you to clean your mind, clean your thinking. I'm not saying everyone is overcomplicating everything, but we can think simpler. Like, we can think more simply from the moment we wake up. I I feel the brain fog. I feel it around me. I do. When I'm around people, no one's connected to the moment, no one's connected to the present. People just look at their phones every so often, just looking at the time, notifications. I don't know. We're not connected. We're brain fog. We're complicating things, complicating the simple action of waiting in line in a supermarket is too difficult for us to grasp. It's too much. We have to look at our phones. We have to look elsewhere. We cannot just be in the moment and be simple. Okay. That's it. Thank you, and I'll see you later.